before we start this episode, go over to my Etsy store, inspireddisorder.com/Etsy. You can buy the Inspired Disorder podcast shirt. You can buy the Diseasy shirt, Diseasy prints, bunch more shit. Save 25% when you check out using coupon code INSPIRED2016. Good through the end of the year. Inspired2016 for 25% off everything at inspireddisorder.com/Etsy. Also, get healthy, get nutritious, get on it.
Get up on it.
inspireddisorder.com/Onnit, Onnit. You can buy all kinds of workout equipment, health products, including supplements. And you can save 10% on the supplements with coupon code INSPIRED. Go through our link, inspireddisorder.com/Onnit, Onnit. Coupon code INSPIRED for 10% off supplements like Alpha Brain, Shroom Tech Sport, Shroom Tech Immune. And
that shit will all make your dick hard, too.
Yeah, totally. So go check it out, inspireddisorder.com/Onnit. And without further ado, let's get going. This is starting. I think we're starting.
We're starting.
That's how it starts.
Push it with your dick, dude.
It worked! I am Ray Taylor. I clearly don't have a regular job. I was never really into comic books growing up. Like, I was a geek.
Well, you should tell your face that, because you look exactly like
I do.
Watch the fights.
Fuck yeah, I watch the fights.
I'm Keith Spurlock.
I watch every kind of pornography.
I said,
all right, to counteract my cancer that I'm giving myself, I smoke weed after every cigarette.
What were we just fucking talking about? And this is the Inspired Disorder podcast. I'm not going to allow you to have an opinion on this just because you're wrong.
Is anyone else's podcast about like jerking off and UFC?
Victory! Victory! That's right. We're doing a fight talk, and I am holding proudly back in my possession, the rightful possession.
It's rigged. The whole thing's rigged.
I'm holding the coveted PicBet trophy, the official PicBet champion, which is me.
The system's rigged against me.
It's rigged in the fact that the fighters that were supposed to win for you did not.
I make the best bets.
I
make the best bets.
Okay.
It's all rigged. I'm telling you.
Okay. Are you trying to be Trump or something like that? Okay.
I forgot you don't follow anything.
I don't.
Ever.
No, there's no need to. It's like I don't need to watch stupid people say stupid shit. But it's nice to see you have the hat of shame back on your head.
Fuck this hat.
It was over here for just a short amount of time.
It was like a
technically,
month. Maybe
because there weren't any
half.
fights, it was over here for a long time. But it was like 2 shows. I had to wear it once. Got to sit on the side for the next one.
Going back to you this weekend, so.
Oh, I don't know, man. So we are talking about, if you're not aware, we're talking about last night's fights. It's UFC Fight Night, last Saturday, November 5th, from Mexico City, Mexico. It was also the Ultimate Fighter Latin America finale, I believe.
Yeah.
Something
like that.
I don't think we need. Just put it over there.
Put it where I want.
Yeah. So anyway, it was headlined by Rafael Dos Anjos and Tony Ferguson, El Cucuy. Yeah. And I won. There was some surprise. It's like one of the first times they added fights after we did our pick bet.
Yeah. Didn't take any away.
Thought they did. For a
did.
moment. It was kind of a crazy night. But yeah. Here, show the camera real quick the aftermath of...
This is what happens when they add shit and take shit away.
Yeah.
You end up with just having to write shit all over the sides. And
but we got all of the fights. We made picks on the fly for the new ones. And I think we split on those, or you won both of them? It looks like.
The
Poulet versus
I lost
Bravo.
Poulet.
That's right.
And
yeah, we both
won,
made bad picks.
I won Soto.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both fucked up our picks on that.
Well, that's what happens. All right, so let's get into the card, starting with the Fight Pass prelims, leading off with probably both of our new favorite fighter.
Switch us back to the main game.
Oh yeah. So we have Chris Avila back, the prodigy from the 209. From the Diaz brothers themselves come this shining symbol of all that is good in the 209 MMA world.
I don't even know what the fuck.
Was it 200 that he fought?
No, it was the Conor Nate fight.
201 or something like that.
Yeah, or 202.
Or 202. So Chris Avila versus Enrique Barzola. And then I chose Barzola on that one.
Yep. And I was...
And because Chris Avila, I don't know if I remember or recognized him when we made our picks.
I don't think I did either.
But when he started to walk in, I was like, oh, that's that dude that was boring as fuck. He's just doing a Diaz impersonation inside the ring. Against Lobov was so it was it's like, oh, the storyline, the two camps kind of. And he still looked like shit. Barzola looked good.
Barzola didn't even look that great.
Yeah, but he looked better than Lobov did.
Yeah.
But Avila was the standard. Didn't really do anything. I mean, he threw barely any punches. Didn't have any control. No jiu-jitsu.
No jits. No fucking stand up. No takedown defense. No takedown offense.
Yeah, he was just trying to avoid getting finished.
His punches looked sloppy with nothing behind him.
Yeah.
I mean, and even at looking that terrible, he still cracked Barzola a couple times, but it was, again, with nothing on it.
Yeah.
But
a couple times in a fight isn't, unless you're Mark Hunt or something like that. You can get it done a couple times, but not with...
No.
I'm really curious to see if he even comes back to the UFC.
2 in a row, his first 2 tries, and looking terrible both times. Nope.
So horrible.
But, I mean, good on the kid. Like, he's still super young. Go fucking knock some people out and some...
He just
work your way back up.
Yeah.
Get better at shit. You're not that good.
No. I wonder where he came from.
You beat the fuck out of me, but...
Yeah. But whatever.
But I'm not a fighter.
Exactly. Well, it would be horrible if he lost to you. So hold on. Barzola won it. Decision, I think, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So we have Marco Polo Reyes versus Jason Novelli.
Pepsi.
You chose Novelli.
I chose Pepsi. And
Reyes looked good.
Yeah.
He looked good.
I mean, it was a close fight.
Yeah.
But it could have went either way.
Yeah. Just a little bit more. He edged out the striking. He edged out the grappling. But overall, Reyes looked good. I think overall, Mexicans did well in Mexico City. It seems like. So far, anyway.
So far.
2 for 2.
Yeah, so I'm not...
Yeah,
0-2.
Off. Yeah, so I'm good because at least no skunking for me. That's always good to get one win under your belt to start. But we're moving into the last fight of the Fight Pass prelims with the man himself, smiling Sam Alvey, versus Alex Nicholson. Nicholson looked way better in this fight than his previous 2.
I still think he won it.
I mean, it was close.
I know there's a decision that says otherwise, but
yeah.
I thought he did enough. Like, Alvey didn't do much. He got cracked quite a few times. He either had something wrong with his jaw or didn't like his new mouthpiece. He was doing a lot of fucking, like, shuffling around in his mouth. He got cracked quite a few times, got stumbled, did the stanky leg for a minute.
Yeah.
He never really rocked Nicholson. He hit him with a couple shots, but...
Yeah, let's see if it breaks it down. So Nicholson had a lot in the first. Yeah, he had more.
Close. And then close.
Yeah. I mean, could have gone either way.
Could have gone.
Whatever.
I mean,
it was a close
did.
fight. Yeah,
so now I'm 0-3.
Yeah.
Fucking Sam.
So moving on to the FS1 prelims. Starting off with Henry Briones versus Douglas Silva de Andrade. And fucking... I almost got there. I got really close. Douglas Silva de Andrade. Sure, whatever.
And I think it's Andrade.
Of course, yes, Andrade.
Because why would it be phonetic?
So you got...
I chose. I just wrote down
Silva
because I'm not writing all that shit down.
Yeah.
This was a close fight for a while. Briones had really good footwork, and Andrade has fucking power. Like that dude just hits super hard, and
it's a good fight though.
Starting to connect.
I think this one was the spinning back fist.
Yes, it was
elbows. One of a few finishes in this card,
and Briones was already rocked.
Yeah,
and then got.
Is that the one he got dropped?
Semi-early stoppage, but I mean, he was also he was done.
Yeah, he didn't complain.
But I mean, the ref was right there.
Yeah,
like before he fully dropped from the spinning back fist, the ref was like in between them.
Yeah, that was definitely the fastest. But
I mean,
whatever. The guy didn't. It seemed legit. He was lucky.
He wasn't going nowhere.
He wasn't
going nowhere fun. Laying on the ground.
No.
So I finally won one. Yay.
Yeah, so it's 3-1.
Yeah.
Win by Silva de Andrade. And then we have Max Griffin, kickboxer, Muay Thai guy or whatever, versus Eric Montano.
And you took Griffin.
Yeah. Max Payne Griffin.
And he went out there and beat the brakes off Montano in like a second.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a quick finish. Got him with a liver shot, turtled up, and just kind of ended up getting stopped. And I think that might be his third win so far, Griffin, in the UFC, or second.
And
he's doing good though.
Welterweight. I think they're welterweights.
Right. So moving on to the next one. Joe Soto.
Yeah, didn't know this fight was going to happen, and hell, neither did Joe Soto until 2 days ago.
Yeah, versus Marco Beltran. And so, spur of the moment, I chose Beltran.
Yep.
And
you went for Mexico and Mexico.
He trains in Chicago with all the other Mexican killers that are in Chicago. It seems like a good camp.
Yeah.
Came out looking good, but once it went to the ground, Soto was able to get heel hook.
Yeah, well,
it
was a heel hook,
leg twisty.
He was doing some sort of leg twisting.
Yeah, it was a leg twisty.
It was a heel hook.
Yeah. So it's a good win. First round sub. I think he got. I want to say he got a performance bonus.
Good.
Yeah, him and then Silva de Andrade got for the knockout. Got a bonus. Because it doesn't say on here. I had to look it up. But good win for Soto.
So now it
brings you up 2 to 4. 2 to 4?
2 to 4.
That's right. And then the feature bout for the FS1 prelims is Eric Perez versus Felipe Arantes.
I took Perez.
Right. Was this another last minute one?
Nope.
No. Okay. Yeah, you took Perez, and it's a pretty good back and forth fight. His knee was gone.
His knee was gone, but he was still picking Arantes apart.
Yeah. Well, and dominated on the ground where the knee probably wasn't as much of an issue.
Had some key takedowns towards the end of rounds and just was able to hold him down.
Yeah.
Good win.
Yeah. Win on Eric Perez wins that.
So now it's 3 to 4. A potential comeback.
Yes. Which happens. But starting off the main card on FS1, the only female fight on the card.
We didn't even know about this fight.
We did. We had it written down, and then we erased it because we thought it was gone, and then it was back. Because I remember I went with Grasso because Heather Jo Clark looked horrible in her last fight. She's only won one. I think she beat Beck Rollins. There's her only win in the UFC. And then this is her second loss or third loss maybe. So it was an easy pick for Grasso, even though she was a shadow person, I believe.
Super young.
Yep. But looked great. Great striking.
She
busted
busting her up in the first round.
After the first round, Heather went to her corner and was like almost not. She was like, I can't see when I look down.
I was pretty sure she was going to quit on the stool. And then
she was trying to get her coach to throw the towel in or something.
And he was like, not having it.
Yeah, it's like you got to tell me you want out of this fight if you want out of this fight. But yeah, it went. She made it through, survived, but she totally got smashed. She never really.
She looked better in the second 2 rounds
because she tied up more instead of just getting hit, but she wasn't really able to take her down.
She didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah, so it was only barely 2 minutes total of groundwork. But yeah, so that's one. We'll see. I don't know how deep that division is, but we'll see if she sticks around. She might. One more fight.
So now it's fucking 5-3. Going not my way again.
Yeah. And like the card kept fluctuating, so it's like we thought there was less, and then there was more, and then there was more. So it's like even more opportunities for you to come back, it seemed like. So next up we have Beneil Dariush versus Rashid Magomedov. Did you choose? You chose Dariush.
I chose Dariush.
Yeah, and it's pretty well, it was pretty close, but he edged out.
He looked better.
I mean, look at the
punch numbers are close,
similar.
But significant strikes.
Yeah.
He really landed a lot better.
Yeah, a lot better in the grappling too.
Yeah, he just looked better all around.
Yeah, yep. So it was a decision win for Beneil Dariush.
So
looks good, young dude.
Now it's 5-4. Back in it again.
Yeah. But we know how this ends.
Fuck you.
The spoiler of this whole thing is on your head. So next up is the finale for the Latin America Ultimate Fighter, with Martin Bravo versus Claudio Puelles. Bravo doesn't cut weight. He's tiny. Doesn't cut weight. He's going to be fighting whatever the next weight class down is, probably 125 or something like that.
Something like that.
But look great.
I chose Puelles.
Yeah, but it was a guess.
Yeah, we didn't know either of these guys. Hadn't watched any of this.
Too. Yeah.
And
which I guess Puelles was from Chuck Liddell's team, and Bravo was
from Forrest Griffin.
Yeah.
So.
Which is kind of cool.
Jumped out of the cage and jumped on Forrest.
Yeah.
It was like,
then for a rare moment, Forrest told somebody else to go back into the cage.
In the fucking cage.
It's like, you learn from my career. Don't ever leave the cage, especially on your last fight, because you never know when it's your last fight.
So now you won this again.
Yeah.
He won.
He
Bravo
great,
wins
man.
by KO.
Yeah.
It's fucking 6-4.
Yeah. And we have. Do you have to win out? Where are we at? How are you with all of this? We didn't even know Sanchez was still on the card at this point.
Two fights.
We thought there was only 2 fights left, but there's 3.
We've got.
Because Sanchez, we didn't even realize until Sanchez came up. We're like, well, maybe Sanchez is still fighting. So we didn't even know. We thought he was gone for a while. Diego. So we have 3 left. Lamas, Sanchez, and Dos Anjos.
Yep.
So wait, it's 4-6?
Yep.
So yeah, so you can win.
I can still win.
Yeah. You have to win out to win. So going with Ricardo Lamas versus Charles Oliveira.
Charles Fatboy Oliveira.
I think this is the first time he's missed weight and lost a fight.
9 pounds over.
It's his like his 6th time missing weight.
Pretty
not in a row, but like in his career of UFC, which is like over half of his fights in the UFC, I think. Versus Ricardo Lamas, who's supposed to fight BJ Penn on the Manila card that got canceled. And they came in at a catch weight like 160 or something like that. I don't know. There was like a lot of shenanigans behind the scenes.
Something weird.
But Lamas, Oliveira was dominating a lot of it with the grappling. He had his back for a lot of it. He was sinking in chokes. He ended the first round, I think, with a solid rear naked choke, saved by the bell. But at the end of the mid-second round, Lamas threw on a guillotine and
was real patient with it.
Yeah, was able to
waited, and just that split second that his head got in that right area.
Usually when you see those moments, it's like the guy will sneak his head out.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, he was able to lock it in and got the tap. Probably cardio an issue, not being able to make weight. Who knows? Oliveira, and they were at Mexico City.
Well, Brian Stan kept saying, like, insinuating that he didn't even try to make weight.
Yeah, well, that's kind of like Cowboy, the Brazilian Cowboy that came in, like, way overweight. I guess he didn't even try either, because he was like 10 pounds over almost.
So Lamas wins by submission.
Yep.
I get a win.
Yep.
So now it's 5-6.
And surprise, we got Diego Sanchez,
who they did not mention,
versus Marcin Held.
Show a clip of,
because for some reason he disappeared, his fight disappeared, and the female fight disappeared. Yeah. So we thought they canceled those, and because we started seeing the Ultimate Fighter fights that we didn't realize were going to show up, so we were like freaking out, man. But yeah, there was no mention of Diego Sanchez coming up at all. Like, at no point did Onnit go, ooh, and we still got Diego.
Nothing.
You know, it's like
not once.
Nobody was excited for this fight at all, apparently, which is so weird.
Yeah.
Because Diego's always fun to watch. He's always in exciting fights, unless he gets finished early, which is rare.
I don't like
Very
him,
rare.
but yeah, he's always in good fights.
Yeah. Against Marcin Held.
New guy.
New guy. Did I have... Who had who? Whose pick was this?
I had Sanchez.
Okay.
And Sanchez
is boxing
pretty
the first round,
dominant,
and then out grappled him the second two.
And Held's supposed to be like a leg lock master, like, and fucks everyone up.
He rolled into a leg lock. That's how the grappling started in the second round, and he almost locked it in, and then almost got a heel hook. But then Diego got on top. Diego's flexibility is ridiculous.
He's always been like
Brian
that.
Stan couldn't stop talking about how his body would fall apart because he's so old, being younger than everybody. But
yeah, Brian Stan is fucking 36.
He acts like a 80-year-old.
And everyone he was talking about those kids out there.
Yeah.
And one of the fighters was older than he is. Jason Novelli.
It was hilarious. But Sanchez is fucking vet, man. That's one thing. He knows how to win a fight. That dude's
gonna have some fucking CTE here in like 5 years.
Yeah, for sure.
If not already.
But he's still doing good.
He won again.
Except for losing, I think he lost to Jim Miller, was it? That was the quick finish?
Yeah.
Or was that, was it Miller?
Yeah.
Okay. But other than that, he's always like, he's going to be one of those dudes.
So now he's fucking 6'6".
But he started out crazy, too. So it's like hard to know if it's crazy or if it's just like normal Diego. Yeah, so it ties up now. And the very last fight will decide
There's
it
never
all.
usually an odd number of fights.
The next one is, assuming all the fights stick, you know. But yeah, it's been a lot of even fights because we had a lot of ties for a while. We were going on a run. So it all comes down to the main event: Tony Ferguson versus Rafael dos Anjos.
Two banjos.
Not an easy pick for me. I picked El Cucuy.
I was all right with that pick just because I wanted Tony to win.
Yeah, I mean, dos Anjos, former champion, dominant champion in a very stacked division. Fell short in his last fight with Alvarez, who's fighting next week against Conor McGregor.
Who?
And the big question was, and I guess I heard that he switched camps either between this one or between the last one. I guess he had a lot of problems cutting weight for the Alvarez fight. So he got injured, had to pull out when he was supposed to fight Conor the first time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of been a rocky road, even though he was so dominant. So I wasn't sure. And it's like, El Cucuy, I got to go. Eddie Bravo. He looked great, except for his last fight against Lando Calrissian. It was a crazy fight. But that was a short notice fight. He looked great against Dos Anjos, though.
Yeah.
Creative, his striking's fun to watch.
He threw he landed 200.
Yeah. And they were crazy. Like, he did, there was one thing where he came I think it was like an overhand right, and he transitioned to a back elbow, missed it the first time, then did it right again. Like, he used the same combo, back to back on him. He nailed him the second time.
Just being super unpredictable.
Yeah, switching stances. It was pretty much a stand-up. I don't think they went to the ground.
No.
Barely. I mean, yeah, that was probably on the cage.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was went to the decision.
Footwork. I mean, it was a good fight.
Yeah,
It wasn't. It wasn't outstanding. It wasn't like.
Well, Dos Anjos did look good.
They
He didn't
both
look
looked
horrible.
good.
Yeah,
It was a good fight.
yeah, absolutely. That's fight of the night. That's the other bonus. But yeah, it was a great fight for sure. 5-round war. But Ferguson's looking good, man. Hopefully he gets. I'd like to see him fight for the title. He's on a big run too. I think
9.
Yeah,
Something ridiculous like
yeah,
that.
which is crazy because the only other time that I can remember there was a big run like that was Matt Brown, when he was like destroying people for like 2 years
Yeah.
and went on a crazy winning streak
Like
without
8.
having a title shot.
But he was
which is
doing
crazy.
that against guys who were mostly not in the top 10. So that's why he wasn't getting a title shot. But then he got, you know,
Yeah.
number 1 contenders shots a couple
But
times.
still, it's like when you start winning that many, generally you get those higher fights. But he wasn't very good at calling people out at the time too. So anyway, but good win for Tony Ferguson. And good win for me.
Fuck
I'd like
you.
to thank myself
Fuck you and your
for
shitty
the amazing
picks.
picks that I made for the this, you know, and it's crazy that it went to the very last card. It's kind of nice.
The very last fight.
Yeah, that too. Well, this is the very last card. We're no longer going to talk about UFC. We're not going to do PicBet for 205. I'm just joking. I'm just joking, people. Don't turn it off. So yeah, so next up we are doing the PicBet for UFC 205 next Saturday, November 12th. Finally, the newly legalized New York. I was almost going to say New York, California. New York. Fighting at Madison Square Garden. Bunch of fucking belts on the line. We've got 13 fights on the card. And it ends with Eddie Alvarez taking on Conor McGregor.
Who?
For the lightweight. No. Is it lightweight?
Lightweight.
Yeah. Lightweight title. Assuming everybody is healthy, this is the card we are picking. And since I won, I will go first.
Okay.
Which is kind of a disadvantage because I'm picking more fights. I mean, kind of. Assuming I'm bad at picking fights. So starting off with the UFC Fight Pass early prelims, Liz Carmouche coming back after a pretty long layoff.
8 years off.
8 years, man. The sport's changed. They started
I
letting
think it's-
women fight.
I think it's almost 3 years, though.
Could be. Did she fight once after Ronda, or was Ronda her last one?
I feel like Ronda was her last fight. Or she
Man.
just was on EBI.
Right. Maybe she was deployed or something.
I don't think.
I don't know. Anyway, Liz Carmouche fighting Caitlin Kugagian, the blonde fighter. That's such a weird nickname. Liz Carmouche fighting out of San Diego, by the way. I think I'm going to have to go with Caitlin just because I think she looked good in her last fight, which wasn't that long ago. It wasn't 3 years ago. And though Liz Carmouche is strong as shit, but she does have 5 losses. Caitlin's 8-0. Goes to a decision a lot, but, you know, whatever. Those are wins. They're all wins. All right. So next fight up, we have coming back, good old Tim Boesch versus Rafael Natal.
Huh.
Rafael is from Brazil, 21-7-1. Tim Boesch from the U.S., 19-10-0. So kind of similar records. A little worse for Boeshies.
Even so, I'm going to go with the Boesch.
All right, I'm good with that. The mighty Boesch. All right. So next up, we have fighting out of the blue corner. Rounding out the early prelims, finishing it off with the premiere bout, the featured bout. Good old Jim Miller
This is like a throwback to 05.
Thiago Alves.
08.
Yeah.
Even though this is Thiago Alves' premiere in 155.
Right.
Because he was a giant welterweight.
Yeah. He had problems cutting weight,
yes,
didn't he? For like back in the day, though.
Well, he would like be able to weigh back in at like 200 for a 170 match. Because
huge. But that he would end up gassing out. Big problem. A lot of power, but yeah. So I don't know, man. Jim Miller's been looking good, and people don't always look great in new weight classes. Always. I mean, sometimes they do. I think I'm going with Jim. I think I'm going Jim Miller. They both got huge records. Fucking 27-8 for Jim, 26-10 for Alves.
That's a lot of punches in the head.
Oh yeah, for both of them. All right, so that's the early Fight Pass prelims. Moving on to the FS1 prelims. Starting off with, remember the name, Belal Muhammad is back, and we remember, sir. We remember. Versus Vicente Luque, the silent assassin. Shh. Sorry. I was kidding people. 10-5 for the silent assassin. 10-1 for remember his name. 5 points if you remember his name. Keith's pick.
I'm going with Muhammad.
Remembering the name. Remember the name. Damn. So he either knocks people out or decisions. He did look good in his last fight. The fight before that,
he's fought
he lost
a bunch recently.
Yeah, I think he's fought like 3 or 4 times this year. Definitely fought. He's definitely trying to get people to remember the name. So next fight up, we have Tim Kennedy coming back. Last fight against Yoel Romero, I think.
Yep.
Stoolgate 2012 versus Rashad Evans. First time at 185. Started as a heavyweight fighter in the show. Dropped down to light heavyweight for most of his career.
I've always thought he should have been at 185. But
he's never really looked good ever since his knee surgery.
I can't remember the last time he's looked good.
Yeah, that's what he says. I mean, he's pretty open about it. Talks about it, how he's just tentative. So he thinks hopefully moving down. So it's going to be interesting to see how Rashad looks.
But Tim is a giant 185.
Yeah, I've got to go with Tim Kennedy because he's on some government drug shit, you know? I mean, he's like their elite assassin, so...
He's on that
super
like, soldier serum?
Yeah, they're like, oh, you don't want to get tested by USADA? No worries. We've got, like, we're 10, 20 years ahead of them. Don't worry about it. Here you go. We'll put you in the... Have you seen Captain America? Yeah. That people don't know. Tim Kennedy used to be Kenny Florian until he went in the machine, and then notice how they never fought in the same card.
Conspiracy theory.
It's like Superman. So yeah, for sure, Tim Kennedy against Rashad. I'm going Tim Kennedy. So the next fight, coming back after, well, he won his last fight after coming back from a long layoff due to injury. Khabib Nurmagomedov, Michael Johnson coming off a great win off of, was it Poirier?
Yeah.
Then he had a loss against Diaz, but looked great against Poirier.
But God help him in this one.
I think this is a tough one.
Not a tough decision for me.
Right.
I'm going
I'm good with that.
Bear wrestling.
I didn't want to choose this one.
Dagestani.
Yeah.
The Manny from Dagestani.
Yeah.
Who's going to fucking wear that goofy Q-tip hat.
Yeah.
And
it's great.
And he's going to say some deadpan Russian shit over Michael Johnson's dead body after he fucking murders him.
Yeah, maybe. Or
Michael Johnson
we're going to see
wins.
some great boxing from Michael Johnson.
We're going to see some fucking ragdoll takedowns from Nurmagomedov.
Maybe. I mean, he is 23-0, so there's 18-10. Yeah, work on that record, Michael Johnson. Oh, he's looked great. I'm okay with it. I think there's potential that I can win that one. So finishing off the FS1 prelims, we have the answer.
See, I don't want to pick this one.
Frankie Edgar versus Jeremy Stevens. I don't really either, but I can't. I had to go one or the other. So Frankie Edgar versus Jeremy Stevens. Stevens has been looking great, knocking motherfuckers out. Although Frankie, aside from the Aldo fight, was knocked a motherfucker out. I gotta go with Frankie Edgar.
It's hard not to.
Because he's my boy. He's consistent fighter. He hasn't hit that downslope yet, I don't think. Because fucking... was it Brow that he fought? I just said
Aldo.
Aldo just like avoided, pretty much. So yeah, Frankie Edgar. All right, starting off the main card for UFC 205, Madison Square Garden. Miesha Tate versus Raquel Pennington. Rocky versus the Cupcake. 18-6 for Miesha. 8-6 for Raquel.
I gotta go with Tate on this one.
Yeah.
Just the experience. She's
Yeah.
pissed. She wants her belt back.
Yeah.
Pennington she's all right, but she's not that impressive.
She's not consistent.
No.
She's 8-6 versus 18-6. Yeah, Miesha Tate. Although who'd she just lose to? Did she just lose her belt? This is her fight after the losing the belt. Yeah, so we'll see how she looks. I know she wants that Ronda fight because it's a money fight, and she wants a chance to beat her. But right on. So you got Tate. All right. So moving on to second fight, Donald Cowboy Cerrone versus Kelvin Gastelum, 170 pounds. Cowboy Cerrone all day. I'm not a big fan of Gastelum, although when I needed him to win, he did. Against Hendricks, I think, was his last win. But Cerrone's looked amazing at 170. So
I want Cerrone to win, but I'm all right with this.
right. All right. So moving on to the next one. We talked about him earlier. Tim Kennedy's last fight. Yoel Romero's back. I think this is his first fight back for a while.
From the steroids. Tainted supplement.
Yeah. Yoel Romero, no love for gay Jesus, is fighting Chris Weinman. Lost his belt to Rockhold, who lost his belt to Bisping. And they all can't stand that Bisping's a champion, but he's got to fight Yoel for probably... God, this division's like... It's like stacked up at the top.
Yeah, it's just like a log jam, but right at the top.
It's going to be hilarious if Yoel wins and then... oh, no, Rockhold's out of that fight.
The
So
Jacare
maybe...
fight.
And Jacare's not... Bisping doesn't want Jacare. I think he's injured.
Bisping's a pussy.
Yeah, for sure. No, he's just smart.
I don't want to fight
He
that guy.
understands the situation.
I'm
He's
old.
trying to soak it in as much as possible.
I'm going to hold on to this.
It's like so
as
close
long
to retirement.
He's like, I got to defend it once already
Yeah.
against
I think he's
senior
trying
citizen.
to make as much history as possible, which is crazy that he's done what he's done this year. But yeah, so Chris Weidman versus Yoel Romero. This is yours.
I got Weidman.
Right.
He wants his belt back, and he's not, I think the wrestling's going to fucking...
Yeah, Yoel hits, though. You got to... And that first round's going to be scary.
Weidman knocked out Anderson Silva.
No, yeah. And you got to understand that Anderson Silva left a big opening for him to knock him out. Because Anderson Silva was showboating and then got clipped a little bit too much. I'm saying Yoel is a scary dude in that first round.
He's terrifying.
After the first round, he's going to be gassed. But that first round, he's kind of like a Rumble in a way, but Rumble's like next level power. And Yoel's wrestler.
Yeah.
Good wrestler. So
Olympic wrestler.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. It'll be interesting. But so I'm good with Yoel. I'm not totally good, but I didn't want to pick that one.
That's a tough fight.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to one of the first belt fights for the 115. I don't know what that division's called.
Strawweight.
Strawweight. Joanna Jędrzejczyk versus Karolina Kowalkiewicz, both from Poland. Apparently there's some beef from back home. Joanna wanted to do this in Poland, but she called this fight. Kovalevich has looked amazing. She's been destroying people. Joanna just moved to ATT in Florida, and everybody's impressed with her. She's just, I got to go Joanna. I mean, it's going to be this is going to be her most difficult fight, I think. She kind of got hurt a little bit when she fought Gedalia. Little bit, first round. KK. Well, that's one step away from racism, bro.
Whoa,
especially with your orange hood over there.
I'm not spelling these Polish names, and it's nice that they both are. It's JJ versus KK.
Yeah. It's gonna be. I'll be stressed out for that one. It's gonna be a crazy striking, unless Joanna wants to flip it up and she just goes for a takedown war. So moving on to the 170-pound belt, was it welterweight? Yes. I always mix up that and middleweight. Tyron Woodley just beat Robbie Lawler for the belt.
Knocked him out first round.
Yeah.
Boom. Sleepy time. Go night-night.
That's Tyron Woodley's known for doing that. Heavy hands. But Stephen Thompson, known for a lot of different strikes from very far away.
This is a tough.
I'm glad that this happened. I'm glad that Stephen Thompson's getting his shot because he's been looking amazeballs. This is your decision, right?
Yeah, and I'm
kind of bummed that you get to decide.
I'm going for and new.
Yeah, Thompson,
Wonder Boy. Woodley's had an up and down. I mean, although he's only lost three times, like he hasn't always looked great. There's times he's a world beater, and there's times that he looks like he's gassing out.
And nobody fights like Thompson. So it's like training for that guy.
The closest person I could say that used to be in that division would have been Rory.
Maybe. I mean, Machida for sure had, because he had.
But I'm saying in
total
in 170.
Karate. Yeah.
But I'm saying, look what Rory did to Woodley.
Yeah.
He just picked him apart.
Rory's good at just adapting to whoever he's fighting and shutting him down. That's why his fights were kind of boring, because like he would just nullify his opponent and then couldn't really get off.
I remember that him and Ellenberger's fight where they just didn't do anything for the entire fight.
So who'd you go with? Oh, he's Thompson. I'm kind of bummed with that. I want Stephen Thompson to win, but I'm willing to root for Tyron Woodley if I have to.
To not wear this stupid fucking hat.
But it's, I mean, this one's who knows. It should be a fucking crazy fight. So the main event.
I'm glad you have to pick this one.
I wanted to pick this one.
Good.
Because I didn't know what you were going to pick, and I was like, I really wanted, I'm making a statement with this card. I'm picking, the majority of the fights, or one more fight, I guess. Eddie Alvarez versus Conor McGregor for the lightweight title. Potential history being made. Conor McGregor getting 2 belts at the same time, only because the UFC allowed him to hold on to the other one. However, Eddie Alvarez looked great against RDA. But maybe that was just a sign of RDA falling, because he didn't look that great. I mean, he didn't look horrible against Kukui, but he for sure lost every round. I'm pretty sure. I gotta go Conor McGregor, just because I think it's been a year of really crazy shit, and this is what he's wanted. Like, this is why he was supposed to fight RDA. If RDA didn't pull out, then the Diaz thing never would have happened. So he could have already beat RDA in the first one, which after seeing RDA, I could see that he could potentially beat him. And it's at his better weight class. Yeah. And Eddie Alvarez says he fights the best when he's scared. And he said many times, especially like the thing, he has no fear of Conor McGregor at all. Which is a good thing for losing, because he only fights when he's scared.
He's going to have fear of losing the first main event ever in New York City to an Irishman.
That's not the fear that he's talking about. He's got like fear of like that primal fear of like, it's got to be closer to you. So the card for New York, the first time in New York, probably one of the craziest cards. Like, it's stacked. Like, these are great fights. There's no fight that it's like that could be boring at all.
It's a total
a lot of striking, like solid fucking people. So starting at the bottom, I've got Kakugian. Chukagian, there you go.
I got Bosch.
I got Miller.
I got Remember My Fucking Name, Muhammad.
Ooh. I got Tim Kennedy.
I got Khabib, I Wrestle Bears.
I got Frankie, I Am the Answer, Edgar.
I got Misha, I always look like I just smelled some shit.
Put some frosting on it. I've got Donald, Cowboy, Cerrone Roni, Macaroni, Cerrone, Rice-A-Roni.
I got the legend killer, Chris Weidman.
I've got the Joanna Jędrzejczyk, the amazing and wonderful and adorable female Tony Hinchcliffe.
Wonder Boy.
And, of course, he was not just here to take part. He was here to take over, and he's done, except for losing to Diaz the first time. Won everything. So I'm going with him against Eddie Alvarez. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a long card.
It's going to be a long card.
Three title fights. But excited as fuck. The last card was great, so if you got Fight Pass, go check it out whenever it gets updated to Fight Pass. So yeah. So get the fuck out of here, people. And if you want to make use our picks, if you want to make some money on DraftKings, go to inspireddisorder.com/DraftKings, fantasy sports, MMA,
any sport. Oh, every sport.
Basketball. I don't know what else is going
Probably
on
bet
here.
on dodgeball,
Hockey.
I bet.
Yeah. So go check it out, make some money, use our picks, inspireddisorder.com/DraftKings. And holidays are coming up, so get the 30-day free trial of Amazon Prime going through our link, inspireddisorder.com/Prime. And if you already have Prime, use our link, inspireddisorder.com/Amazon. That way we get a little percentage. But with your Prime service, you'll get fast shipping on all your holiday gifts. You can have it shipped to the person you're giving it to, and they have gift wrap options, so you don't have to worry about anything. You got on-demand movies and TV shows, so if the family's in town, you got shit to put on. You don't have to worry about going out to a Redbox. And if you like to read old school on a Kindle, which is kind of weird to do something old school on a electronic device, you get a bunch of books that you can borrow. Access to over 300,000 books. So go check it out. inspireddisorder.com/Prime for free 30-day service of Amazon Prime, and inspireddisorder.com/Amazon to fucking choke on a dick.
It's prime time.
Amazon to help the podcast while you buy all your Christmas gifts. Follow Keith, the Conehead Keith, on Keith Spurlock 1 on Twitter, at Ray Taylor on Twitter and Instagram, and follow the podcast on YouTube. I've been doing day to night, all the time, editing of clips for you people to watch, so you don't have to watch full episodes of stuff. Not only UMC, but a bunch of movie reviews we've done, bunch of comic book hauls that we've done and reviews. I've got a bunch more. I'm going through our whole catalog, trying to chop everything up. So go subscribe, youtube.com/SpiderDisorder, so you can check out all of our videos and our Facebook page, Spider Disorder Podcast on Facebook, to check out all the new things that are going on. And until next time, people, Wednesday we got a new episode coming out. We're going to review Doctor Strange.
It's very strange of us.
Play some UMC. So see you next Wednesday. Peace.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Inspired Disorder Podcast. Embedded signals within this podcast have reprogrammed your natural thinking patterns. Side effects may include lack of inhibitions, erectile dysfunction, anal leakage, transcendental communication with beings from 4 of the 7 primary dimensions. In the event of a tear in space-time, please keep your hands down and feet together. Any loss of life or limbs due to interdimensional travel is not the responsibility of this podcast.